Hey!
Ah,
Reviews!
back up in here, yo.
Dumbo! The
Dumbo.
ninth wonder of the world! Alright, so Ian
Yes.
went to go see Dumbo. I missed out.
Yeah. Missed out on life,
Basically,
yo. You missed out on life.
so a lot of people are familiar with Dumbo. The original 1941.
Yes.
1941 is when that one came out, the original animated version. So just to briefly summarize, a young elephant who has oversized ears is kind of exploited by the circus and kind of made fun of and picked on in the original a little bit until they realize that, hey, with those huge ears, this elephant can fly.
Yeah.
Now,
Did we super?
Tim Burton helms this live action version, even though that elephant CGI, and kind of takes us through that type of story. But from what I understand, Ian says it is quite a bit different than the cartoon
Yeah.
in some respects, but kind of the same.
Yeah.
So I will let Ian take it away from here.
They've kind of changed sort of the.
Remember, no spoilers.
I'm not saying spoilers. Just the kind of overall, I guess, not sort of the feel of the movie, but they've done it where they've kept some of the iconic scenes, I guess you would say, from the original,
Okay.
and then kind of modify it to fit the story that they're doing now.
And interestingly enough, I think you were telling me a little bit earlier that you wouldn't really call this your typical Disney film in the sense that there's not a lot of singing.
Yeah, it's not the Disney musical that you expect. Like when I was a kid, all the animated Disney things are musicals, so there's all kinds of singing. So me personally, as a kid, not a fan of musicals. So I said this is the Dumbo I would have liked as a kid, just because there isn't singing.
Okay.
So there's not like a whole bunch of singing. It's not a musical. There's like one song throughout the entire movie. So
The Baby of Mine?
Baby of Mine.
Okay.
Like they know the biggest, most people remember from Dumbo.
The touching, caring song?
Yeah, but it's not like drawn out. It's not a production. It's in there and it's.
Okay.
So for the most part, I'm like for a Dumbo movie. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't like spectacular. I wasn't blown away. I mean, it's still the Dumbo story. Like they just kind of updated a little bit, changed it, and kind of go, okay, if Dumbo was real, how would it actually go about?
Okay.
Kind of like that, and that's kind of how they worked on it, where they didn't do the full Disney-ish work to it, where there's like all kinds of animals and interactions. There's still interactions, but it's not the same Disney interaction.
Okay. And then from your perspective, the cast in this film. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh man, they cast so many great actors, but is there a lot of good acting in Dumbo? I mean, when you say that, there was great acting in Dumbo, that already sounds like oxymoron.
It really isn't, because the whole star of Dumbo is Dumbo, right? And it's not even like, okay, you have Danny DeVito, you have
Michael
Keaton, you have
Colin Farrell
in the movie, but they're kind of like supporting cast. Like they pop up, like the two kids are basically the main people in Dumbo and Dumbo. Like they're kind of have interacted. Michael Keaton pops up here and there, but doesn't. I mean, he has a big role, but not a huge like screen time role. Like he comes in later on in the movie, and kind of Colin Farrell's character pops in and out. Even though he's the dad, he's kind of there, but doesn't have a whole lot of like speaking parts. Like he's there, he kind of talks a little bit. He's kind of like in the scene, but he's not really doing much in the scene.
Okay.
And even though Danny DeVito's character, like he's in charge of the circus. And you're just like, okay, he'll pop in and out. And it's basically Dumbo and like the kids' relationship.
Okay. And I think it's Nico Parker.
Yes.
So is she her and the other kid, her brother?
Yes.
Okay, so those two are the ones that you see mostly interacting with Dumbo?
Yes.
Okay.
So they basically have they almost take the role of like other animals that you would see from the original.
Okay.
So they kind of like take the role over because there's not like the same dizziness. So they need to find a way of having these characters taken over by humans.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, overall, what would you give this film?
Overall,
out of a 1 to 5. So one star being the least, and 5 star being epic, you must see it in the theater.
Me as an adult, it's like 2.5. Like it's an average. It's like it's not. See, me as a kid would probably like it as a 4.
Okay.
Me as a kid will actually enjoy this because I'm not a big musical fan.
So do you
It's
think,
live
like,
action.
say for example, you had like nieces or nephews or something to take, and you took them, you think that they would have enjoyed it more
They
than
would
you?
they would enjoy it more than I because they actually
Okay.
show off like Dumbo and
So
stuff like that.
so
They
from
use the CGI well.
from the adult perspective, you're saying it's like a 2.5.
It's an average movie.
What if you're like, oh, is it a family friendly film?
But I go, if you're more of a Disney like fan, you're gonna probably enjoy it a little more than I did.
Okay.
Because they do tie in like some of the classic Dumbo scenes and they reimagine them. So you kind of go, oh, that's this. Oh, I remember this from this. And they use sort of that sort of nostalgia to the original Dumbo.
But minus nostalgia, you're saying like a 2.5.
It's 2.5.
If you appreciate the Disney nostalgia in this film, would you say like a 3
Yeah.
or a 3.5?
Probably 3, maybe 3.5, depending on how big of a Disney fan you are.
Okay, all right. So probably overall maybe a solid 3
Yeah.
or more of a solid
Probably
2.5.
solid 3.
Okay.
For me, it's a 2.5 because I'm not a huge Disney fan.
Okay. So if you're just a person like, oh, okay, let me go check out this Dumbo, see what it's all about, and you're not an actual Disney fan, you're thinking that you're like,
Yeah. Like
So-
the acting doesn't like blow you away. They don't
Okay.
have like amazing acting scenes. They don't have amazing like the story doesn't blow you away. I mean, yeah, it's Dumbo, but they don't really like super reimagine it. They
Okay.
try and keep it as close to the traditional one as they can, but the kind of the changes and things like that, you're like, oh, I'm expecting this. Oh, they don't have that. So
So I know a lot of us, self included, I was hoping for something kind of like Jungle Book where all animals were talking.
yeah,
And then it sounds like from what I read on Critic Parts, no spoilers because you don't see it in the trailers either. None of them talk, right?
no.
Okay. So, boom.
Yeah. So that's something that also kind of takes it away. Because like if you're the nostalgia person, you kind of want them to do that.
hmm
Or if you've seen it, you're like, okay, well it's not. Well, we'll see how they do because it's more real life. Like this is a real life elephant that can fly. Like how would they actually handle this?
So how would this work? Okay, cool. All right, so overall, don't need to see it in the theater unless you're a huge Disney fan for the nostalgia
You have kids.
or you have kids. Or you want to take your kids to go see it and maybe they would enjoy it more than he would, but then you have to suffer through it.
Yeah. You're just
All
like,
right.
oh, I remember Dumbo. Okay, not like this though.
And we will have a How Does It End
Yes.
after this one. So thank you everyone for the love and support. We greatly appreciate it. We got welcome all you new subscribers. We appreciate you.
Welcome to the family, baby.
Thank you. And we actually will be having some AI review merchandise coming pretty soon. So if you've seen our new logo, thanks to Ian finding some people to do that, we will have some merchandise coming your way. So if you're interested or have any ideas, suggestions for other films that we should check out, leave a comment down below. And until next time, peace.